Hello, everyone. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. I'm keeping it real with boxes. Oops, I don't know where the camera is. Yeah, I'm decluttering still, and I knew this was going to take me a couple months to get that done, and so I'm still in the middle of it. I got a burst of energy yesterday. I haven't had many of those, so yeah. So it felt good, and so I'm just gonna keep going with it and see what happens. So for this week, I swore that I would write some notes so I could remember everything and talking points and things that I wanted to say, and I did not do that. So I'm again off the cuff, and I apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. But the prompt for this week for Self-Care Sunday is just a continuation of what you were doing last week. So last week, the prompt was to pick something off of your things that lit you up when you were younger list, and at least make one step towards, to pick one and then choose, do one simple step. So this week, it's just a continuation. When I started this in January, kind of on my own, I have no time limits for how long I'm going to do something. So the first part for me was getting a morning routine. Excuse me. And my morning routine is doing my morning pages and then doing some reading. And that took the place of getting up and going straight to my computer, my phone, getting lost down that rabbit hole of technology and everything at your fingertips, because I was finding that I was getting up and spending hours doing that, and then nothing would get done. And for me personally, that while that sounds great to some people, and to some people that might be their self-care, and that's great. That's, you do you. For me, those hours spent just mindlessly on my phone or on my computer, and just, and like I said, I would look up and it'd be like my husband would be making himself lunch, and I'd be like, whoa, where'd the time go? So that morning routine of doing my morning pages and reading has completely, it's really helped me. Like now I get a lot of stuff done. Not that getting stuff done was something that was my goal, but I wanted to get back that time that I was losing just instantly getting on my phone and my computer when I got up in the morning. And so, and one of the things that lit me up that I chose to do was reading actual books. So in the next segment, I'll share with you the current books that I'm reading for February. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I started a new 1-year tarot study, and I'll share that just a little bit on Tarot Tuesday, just to kind of, just to a little share. I'm also going to share some of my decks from 2023 that I've gotten on Tarot Tuesday. So for the next segment for this Self-Care Sunday video, I'll just share the books that I'm reading. I'm still reading, but I'm adding something to mine. Now, if you're at that step where you're ready to add, go ahead and do that. If you're not, just don't worry about it. This is all about taking it slow and being very gentle with yourself. Especially like me, it's been a while since I've done any self-care, and I just can't really hop into it. So I'm taking it slow. So I have added in meditation. So meditation is something that I used to do regularly. Um, for years. Um, it's how I got to sleep. It's how I would calm myself if I felt anxious. Um, and I haven't done it in quite a long time. And so I was really worried that it would be hard to build up. And what I found was it's actually kind of like riding a bike because I did it for so many years. And I'm really good at visualization. So if I am doing a guided meditation, it's so easy for me to visualize the things that the meditation is walking you through visualizing. And so I'm super excited that something that I used to do that I treasured, that I stopped doing for whatever reason, I didn't lose all of that ability. That ability is still there for me. So I'm going to practice using meditation because my brain for the past few months has been on nonstop um, anxiety, worry, just chatter, like, and the chatter has not even made any sense. So when I feel that coming on, I'm going to be able to take a couple of deep breaths. I'm going to visualize my sacred space and hopefully use that to calm some of that chatter in my head. So that's what I'm doing in February for my self-care. And that's really all I have for this little first part. So in the next segment, I will show you a couple books that I am reading, and we'll just go from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back with the next part of the video for Self-Care Sunday. So I thought before I talked about the books that I'm reading that I will light my candle. And I wanted to light my tea light holder, but I am out of tea lights. Not sure how that happened. Oh no. I need to get our electric one from downstairs. Electric lighter. Okay, so then, before I get started, I thought I would pull an affirmation from the Spirit Junkie deck that I have. And do that before we move in. And I'm sorry, our gardeners usually come on Thursdays, and today is not Thursday, but they're out there trimming trees and doing some other stuff in the neighbor's yard. So if you hear that, I apologize. So we'll just pull this affirmation for you to focus on during this week. And we'll see what this says. No, we'll just do this one. That one kind of felt loose from everything else. Oh, that's a beautiful card. I bring peace with me wherever I go. Yeah, I like that. Really pretty card. I bring peace with me wherever I go. That helps me with remembering to, quiet my mind, visualize my sacred space, and quiet those voices in my head. The books I'm reading is, I got this one. Hopefully it's not too glary. This is, I randomly found this book. So I was searching the library, their search engine thing, and I was looking for like shadow work and Celtic type of topics and that kind of stuff. And this it was funny because I had just drawn a card, the Celtic Wisdom, what is it called? Celtic Spirit deck, and I had asked, what guides and what things do I need to focus um, on my journey, my shadow work journey, because part of my self care is, I need to um, I need to heal my inner child, and so that takes a lot of deep shadow work. And the card that I drew, basically, it said, kind of like follow the trees, or look to the trees, and that kind of thing. And so I thought that was really interesting. And I was just kind of thinking about it, all kinds of things. Did Was I supposed to go out and sit with trees in nature? What should I get a tree deck? I was kind of going through all of this stuff. And then as I was looking, I found this book called To Speak for the Trees. And it's my life's journey from ancient Celtic wisdom to a healing vision of the forest. And so I read a little bit about the author. She's Irish and English, like from England. And she was orphaned when she was I think she was 12 or 13 years old. And she goes to live with some Celtic elders that teach her some of the old ways. And I'm only one chapter in, so I'm not sure, but I am. When I saw this, at the library, that it was a book, I put it on hold, and couldn't wait for it to come. And I actually just got it a couple of days ago. So I'm gonna read that. So I just kind of thought that was interesting that the card said, look to the trees, or that kind of thing. And then this book pops up, and it's about old Celtic wisdom with an Irish woman, and how the trees, you know, keep our planet clean and help to heal us, and then how we can hopefully heal the trees. So there's that book. I'm really looking forward to this. It's a pretty, I'm sure I'll have this done before the end of the month. And then the other book, I decided to, I've been having a really hard time finding a book specifically about shadow work. I should say, I need to preface that. That I could check out from the library and kind of test it out first, because I'm trying to be more careful with my spending. And so I want to make sure that the book, if I'm going to purchase a book, I want to make sure it's a book that I can, that's useful to me. So I have a couple other books on hold at the library that I'm going to test out and see. But I can't really find anything in the library. So if any of you know anything, any books or anything about shadow work, working with your inner child, inner wisdom, intuition, and all of that, I would love to hear it. But this book, I have a tendency to forget about it because I've already read it once. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I did, I don't know if any of you have heard of the 100-Day Project, but it's where you do a piece of art, or whatever you just, it doesn't have to be art, but the 100-Day Project is something you do every day for 100 days. So I did some little cards. They were like the size, they weren't all 3x5 like an actual index card, but they were that size. Some of it was watercolor paper, and anyway, I did some abstract painting on those. And then I took a quote. I have another one of these books that I have been cutting up, and I took quotes out of this book and I put them on these little cards. And I've actually given a bunch of them away. I felt called to, just hand them out. But then I have this book that, I have read, and I read it years ago. I'm guessing my son was a toddler, and he's 30 now. So I'm starting this. I've started reading this book again, and Clarissa Pinkola Estes is she has a doctorate in psychology. She follows kind of the Young philosophy, and she also has studied, I can't remember the word for it, but it's basically tribe psychology, so which fascinates me. And so she studied that, and she's an amazing storyteller. If this full book is not available on Audible. Um, it's a condensed version that's on Audible, and which is disappointing to me because I would love to hear her read this book. I have a whole bunch of her other books on Audible, and she's such a great storyteller. And if I just want to relax, or sometimes when I'm going to sleep and I'm having a hard time going to sleep, I'll listen to one of her stories, and it's just so good. So anyway, this if you're a woman or you identify as a woman and you're watching this and you have not read this book, you need to read this book. I don't even that's it's just kind of a non-negotiable precious book. I kind of, you know, think of this as my Bible, like and I have not reached for my Bible in a number of years, and so I'm going to do this. This is a tomb. And this book is, I will be highlighting and, you know, doing all that kind of fun stuff. So this will take this, I will not be done with this in a month. So that's what I have going on for my books, for my reading, for my self-care for February, and my meditation. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. So remember, just keep doing your one thing that you chose last week. Do another step towards it, complete it wherever you're at on your path. Do that. And then look at your list again, and be ready to pick something else for next week, or start something this week, whatever feels good to you. You know, this is I keep meaning to say that this is my journey, and I'm just inviting you to kind of come along and see what I'm doing, and then encourage you to do the same. I am not a healthcare professional. I am not a therapist. But I know the path that I'm on and that I need to be taking feels good to me, and I've also been called to share it, and that's all I know. That's I've been called to share it. If there, like I've said it before, if there's only one of you that hears that call and follows along, that I've done my job. That's great. I don't. This isn't like, I'm not like telling you that these are things you have to do. These are soft suggestions that I'm making, and if you are feeling you know, extremely overcome and just can't even do the one thing, I do suggest that you seek a professional to help you. I'm gonna put I've been seeing an energy healer since November, since my mom died, and she is amazing. And you know, she has a website, so you can go check it out. You don't, you know, I'm just sharing it because sometimes people are so lost they don't even know where to start, and so that's what I will, you know, just put her information in there, and then you can go from there. And yeah, so I'm glad I remembered to say that, because every video I've been meaning to say that you know, I'm not a healthcare professional. I do not have any training in therapy. I only know what I am doing and work and what is working for me, and I am called to share it with all of you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here on this journey with me. I love and appreciate every one of you. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are new and have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I would really love to have you along. And be good to yourself. And I'll talk to you soon.